Welcome back to Kitefoil Racing in Australia. Here we are with this video brought to you by Gin Kiteboarding. We're back in Perth for the Nationals on the last leg of the NKFS. The course here, as you can see, is a windward-leeward around the top mark to port and through the bottom gates for 2 laps, round through the gates at the end and around the start pin through the gate. This is brought to you by the Department of Local Government in WA and Dodo Industries, Gin Flymax, Aspire and Innate Brewers. And here we have the story so far. This is race 3 we're about to see. 2 already held. And you can see Hector and Zach with bullets at the top there. Alex Landau with some seconds. Followed by Alti, Bree, Oscar, and several others. Here we are heading out to the start. And we've got a pretty good lineup here. The wind is southwest and everyone's mostly on 15-metre kites here. So we have a pretty good spread across the start and we're away. And you can see the 3 VMGs at the bottom here. These are 3 of the fastest riders in Australia. That's Zach and Lando and Scott Whitehead. And then another VMG in the middle is Bree. We've got Jane Taylor on the black kite, the 2 fastest females. And we've got Hector on the left there at the boat end on the red Flymax. And then right behind those guys in the middle, we've got Alti on the black and white R1 V4, and yeah, the Tim's boys on the F1 kites. So we've got a really good contingent of riders who've come across for these races. So this is pretty much a representation of all the best riders in Australia. So this is going to be fantastic racing. And it looks like on this southwest sea breeze here, albeit a very light sea breeze, we've got everyone heading to the left, of course. We've got the first tacker there. Scott Whitehead has gone across the fleet and Zach going behind him. Scott is on the blackboard there with the VMG. Zach with the yellow helmet on the VMG. Oscar Tim behind him on that grey Diablo V5. And we have there Alti behind on the R1 V4. In the leeward side there on the left of screen you got Dr. Phil on black and white R1. Ludo on the blue and white R1 V4. And Scott Whitehead is on a tear. He is heading to the front of this group. Perhaps off the angle a little and just gunning for speed. So this will be interesting to see if he can pull a lead. Scott has incredible boat speed. So looking to create a bit of a gap here. And you can see left of screen there, there's Hector. And Alex Landau is out with him. So they are slightly leeward and heading to that ley line. So they'll be looking to hit that top ley line first and head up to that top mark. So this is going to be really interesting to see where everybody lines up when they get to the top here. This will be one of the first real lineups we've got of these riders to see how they're looking at competing. But it's definitely looking like there's this fast group appearing at the front already. Scott Whitehead, who won the Nationals at this location, the States a year ago, and Hector, who was very close, only a couple of points behind. Those two there at the front. But they look like they're going to be joined by some other very fast talent. So here we go. We've got Lando attacking first. Hector sneaking just across in front there. Scott Whitehead hitting the ley line too. Zach Pullen in the yellow helmet coming through, having to duck Scott. And in front of Lando and Hector. And here they come to the top mark. Scott Whitehead is flying into the top mark. He has a good lead at this point heading downwind. And look how close this action is round the mark. Lando with the red board there, Hector with the red kite, Zach Pullen right behind. There's nothing in this. That's really, really tight for second place. Scott managing to pull away. Let's see if this group can catch. Look at that, lined up 3 abreast heading downwind, probably doing upwards of 35 knots here on the 15-metre kites. Absolutely hammering. These guys are flying. You can see people like myself just still on the upwind leg here. These guys are absolutely flying. So this is going to be interesting tactically. Hector getting very good depth there on the Flymax. Boom. Scott first to jibe. Who will get there? Hector going to get the cross on starboard. Has right away there. Scott has to go behind. Hector with rights goes in front and manages to pull just in front of Scott. So obviously this is a 2-lap race. So on this one you will see the downwind marks coming up and these riders will have to go through those gates choosing left or right. Quite often the infield here, the left side of course, is favoured. So we will see these riders head across the course and they will jibe into those gates most likely and round and come back infield to the left, of course. Hector, they're getting really good angle. You can see pulling away a bit deeper on his Flymax Boom. Doing very well there. All four riders very closely matched, and this is going to be interesting. Oh my God. Oh, look at all these jibes. This just scares the hell out of me. Wow, these kites are so close. And Hector manages to sneak in front of Zach there. That's a fantastic downwind leg from Hector. Really, really good work there. Rounding up, and he's got the lead, but can he hold it on the upwind leg on this lap too? There is nothing in this. All four of these, and there's Oscar. Tim's right on the back of this group. He's 2 or 3 seconds off this group on his Diablo 5s, and that's Bree Whitehead rounding that gate. I would say Alti Frisbee right behind on the R1V4. So Bree Whitehead showing incredible pace too, very, very close to this very fast men's fleet. And Hector managing to hold pretty well here. This is looking like he's managing to hang with this group. The Fly Surfer is obviously incredibly fast upwind. The Boom matching for pace there, which is a good sign for Hector. But this is going to be hard fought. This is anyone's race. And it looks like, I think that's Scott tacking away there first. And what's this crossing going to be? One behind and two just behind, and Hector just in front of Lando there with the red board, red helmet, red board. So Hector managed to keep that lead and sneak in front of Lando there, who's gone a bit further. So when they get up to that top mark, this is going to be anyone's game. And will Lando tactic of staying left of course there help? You can see him upwind there. Will that position pay as he tacks under these at the top? Who is going to get onto that lay line first? You have to think whoever gets on that lay first has got a great shot from there. But they look spread out here, but obviously being a bit more windward. Someone's hit weed there. That's Scott Whitehead. At the top of this course here, it is a little bit protected in the anchorage area from weed and other things. And as you get up to the top, it comes away from that protection a little. So there is weed around the top of this course here, making it even more challenging. So you will see the weed playing a bit of an impact through the races, and some of them probably already carrying weed here. Can see Hector thrashing his arm there. I think he's encouraging the support boat to stay out of the race course. So yeah, not good for the force. And here he goes in front. Hector has had to tack there. Lando has had to go behind. But Hector is short here by the looks of this. So Zach Pullen has got that lay line probably just right. And Hector ended up in a weak position and had to tack underneath. Lando had to duck and is behind. Scott has had another crash in the weed there. Butt check. And Hector trying to go through the middle. Oh, there's no room. Oh, Lando manages to just sneak out of the way. Beautiful work, Lando, not crashing there. Scott taking the opportunity to do a sneaky weed clearance. Oh, that was mayhem at the top. And meanwhile, Zach Pullen has flown away. He is flying free. This front group is so close. Whoever can get that clean air and get away like that is obviously going to have a huge advantage. Look at this fantastic drone footage. Zach there cranked over, got this thing flying. His beautiful jibe, sending the VMG through nicely lit up. And he is heading to the bottom gates for the last time. And you can see the other VMGs coming through behind. Lando with the red board there. Scott in front of him on the black board. Hector had a nightmare at that top mark, and there he is coming through. Looking good again downwind. And heading down for the last time across the course. So you'll see the gates in the bottom here. As I mentioned at the start, they'll be going through the gates, making the starboard rounding, turning right, and then go round the start pin from the start line to have a slalom finish. So jibing once through the gates, jibing again around the start pin, and hammer down across the finish line. There is a kite down in the gates. Hopefully that doesn't play any havoc there. And here goes Zach. Hopefully he gets an unimpeded run here. We don't want any chaos for these guys. Gin Instinct kite staying clear there. That's wonderful work. And we got there a Halo and young Noah on the white Flymax Toon. Doing a good job there, one of our junior riders. And Zach is coming in for the final run here through the gates. Rounding up, and he'll be slalom finishing, heading across to that pin. And barring any horrible mistakes, there's a start line on the top left of screen. So he will be jibing around this pin end of the start line and slalom finish through the start finish line. So pending this jibe going well, Zach Pullen has got away with another board here, giving him 2 so far in this, the third race. Looking to get 6 races done today on day 1. Scott behind him coming through for second place. Hector coming around. He's managed to overtake another rider for that third place by the looks of that. And there they go, Zach easing off a little there at the end. Scott, I believe, coming through in second. Hector and Lando. So yeah, that top group. Wow, here we go. This finish for the 5th is Oscar and Alti. And Oscar with a good pinch there for that finish line. Alti having to slow up and go behind. Beautiful work. Bree Whitehead coming in number 1 in the females, collecting that female bullet. Well done. She obviously going very quickly there. And having a great race, doing a weed clearance at the end there. And in the background, that will be Phil. And the first of the Formula X, so the non-race kites, that blue with red swoops Gin Instinct, that will be Ant Pillinger. So Anti-Phil coming through. Ludo in the background there. Jane Taylor on the black kite with the red swoops, the Flymax Boom. Jane having a few dramas with her kite on day 1. Unable to find a good setting on that kite after some bridle repairs. So she's a little off her usual pace. But still managing to get Ludo there. Well done. And there we go. Phil closely followed by Ant. Jane in the background. And that's where I'll leave the commentary. And we will join again for race 4.